Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Pharma SL. This is Devi Sarojini. In this video, I will discuss about bracketing standards. Why we use bracketing standard in HPLC analysis? If you want the purity of the sample or to identify any impurities of the sample, how to know the purity of the sample? We can analyze the sample, then we will know the purity of the sample. In this analysis, we analyze standard and bracketing standard with test sample. We analyze the standard to find out the area of standard. With this we can determine the assay. But what is the purpose of bracketing standard in analysis like HPLC, GC and UV? When we will run this bracketing standard before the analysis or after completing the analysis? For all these questions, I will give you answer. What is the purpose of bracketing standard in analysis like HPLC, GC and UV? To ensure the total samples analysis completed without any interruption. To ensure the total samples analysis completed without any interruption. That means during the analysis there are errors occurred like pressure fluctuations, column leakage, etc. Bracketing standard has to compare with system suitability injections to ensure the entire analysis completed without any interruptions like above mentioned. Because to know the HPLC or GC system is working perfectly till the last sample. Actually, system suitability is run to show that the system is working perfectly. The purpose of bracketing standard or check standard means there are times when the HPLC or GC conditions can change during a sequence of samples. The longer the runtime and the more samples in the sequence, the greater the likelihood of this happening. Sometimes these changes affect the detected response and hence affect the validity of the calibration. We can monitor changes by running a QC standard periodically through the sequence, but this does not update the calibration. We can rerun the calibration standards periodically during the run, but this will either average with the previous calibration or replace it, and either way it means that every few samples the calibration changes, making it hard to compare results. We could ignore the changes, but this means that the calibration accuracy becomes progressively worse during the sequence. The solution is to use bracketing calibration. Essentially, this means running the calibration standards at the beginning of the sequence and at the end and make the assumption that any changes occurred in a linear manner during the sequence. The data system then changes the calibration incrementally from the beginning to the end and applies this to the results. If the assumption that the change was linear is correct, the data should then all be correctly quantified. Not all data systems have this function, and for long runs it is very useful. In simple words, the instrument conditions can change during a sequence of samples. The longer the runtime and the more samples in the sequence, the greater the likelihood of this happening. Hence, bracketing is used to compensate for the variation on instrument response with time. Bracketing, a simple loading technique that increases sample recovery, improves resolution and increases sensitivity in HPLC. To ensure the total samples analysis completed without any interruption, that is during the analysis there are occur like pressure fluctuations, column leakage, etc. Bracketing standard has to compare with system suitability injection to ensure the entire analysis completed without any interruption like above mentioned. I hope you understand. In next video, I will discuss about the bracketing standard, sequence order for SI, for content uniformity, for dissolution, for related substances by HPLC, for analysis on GC, SI residual solvents by GC, for analysis by UV, that means dissolution, SA for content uniformity. What is the sequence for the bracketing standard? I will explain it in the next video. Please don't forget to Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. If you are watching my channel for the first time, please subscribe. If you have any query related to pharma, please comment me. I will give you a video on that. Thank you.